Hello everyone, welcome to another session on Android. Today we will create Hello World program in Android Studio. Open the Android Studio and start new project and select empty activity. What this activity is that is going to be displayed to the user when they are opening the application. So minimum you should have one activity for displaying something to the user. In some cases you may not need this particular activity. So here you are having more options. So no activity, basic activity, empty activity, navigation at the bottom. Also you are having fragment, full active, full screen, master details view, navigation drawer, so Google Maps, login activity, scroll activity and tabbed activity. So as of now I am going to select empty activity and click next. Next page it will ask for the name. So I am giving Hello World. So package name is important one. This must be unique for all the users. With the help of this one only, you can able to produce or you can able to identify your application in the Google Store. By default, it will be com.example. And followed by the name which you are given here. Here you must replace your example with some other unique name. Next, you are having the location of your project and language which you are going to use. So either you can use Java or Kotlin based on your familiarity. I am selecting Kotlin here. Next one is minimum SDK version. What it means is from this particular version of Android phones, your application is going to be supporting. While you are selecting this particular minimum SDK, you must be very cautious. Suppose I am selecting Android 8. So here, what is the percentage of devices that can be used my application has been given. What it means, if I produce application by setting this minimum SDK with Android Oreo, my application may not able to install in these versions, that is 7 or below to 8, any version. Hence, you need to select appropriate operate minimum SDK. So I am selecting Lollipop, so 94% of people can use my application. Then click next. Left hand side you are having project structure. So if you open this project structure, you are having two folders. One is app folder, another one is Gradle folder. So Gradle is used for building your application and configuring your application. If you open this file, you can see. So this is the compiled version of your Android Studio, that is targeted version they will tell. That means in this particular version you are going to test all the operations in this particular development. And here you have given minimum SDK and targeted version, what is the version code and version name. And then some of the dependency, what are all the things you are going to use inside your application, the dependency will be given here. So sometimes you need to update this particular dependency and you have to again you need to sync. Suppose I am changing this version to 2. It will ask for the sync now. So you need to give sync now, then only this modification will be applied to your application. Next, you are having manifest folder, Java folder and the source folder. What is manifest folder? Here you are having manifest.xml. So what are all the new activity you are creating? You will have the entry in this particular manifest.xml. As of now you understand this, we will see detail later. Next, Java folder, you are having three folders. One is normal, your name folder. Next one is the same folder with Android test, and third one is test. So this Android test is used for performing your instrumentation testing. This second folder is used for performing your unit testing. So usually you will write the code in this main activity.kt. So here it is kt because I am using Kotlin. In case if you are using Java, it will come like main activity.java. In the resource folder, you will have all the resources. So drawable is used for storing your images or shape which you are creating and you are going to use inside your program. And layout is used to hold your layout file. Each activity related to this particular Java or Kotlin file, you will have one activity file. And mipmap is used for producing different range of images. From low resolution to high resolution, you will have different range of images. Suppose you are using any image, you have to design in different kind of images so that it will support for low resolution mobiles as well as higher resolution mobiles. In value folder, you are having color, string and style. So if you open, you can define some of the colors with hash code that can be used inside your program. In strings, what are all the string variable you are using, you have to create the string variable here and then you have to use in your program. Same way for style. So today we'll see what is activity underscore main.xml. So this activity underscore main.xml is used for creating user interface component in your application. This will start with XML version and coding and then followed by a layout. Inside the layout, you will define all the user interface component. So you can create text view. The text view is used for displaying some text to the user. Here it is given as hello world. So that will be displayed in the output, and where to be displayed, that will be defined in the bottom lines. The text view, and these are all the different attributes you need to define for the text view. The first one, Android and layout underscore width, it will give you the width of your text view. Usually you can mention wrap content or match parent. So match parent means it will match the width towards the parents. Here the parent is this constraint layout. The constraint layout occupies the full portion because that also defined in match parent way. What is wrap content? So wrap content is how much size you are using your text, that much alone it will take. And text here, whatever you are displaying, that will be displayed in the output. Next, we can give the alignment. I am giving text alignment as center, so it will be displayed in center. Then you can give colorings to your text. Text color, I am taking already defined color. These colors are defined inside the value folder. So I am taking color primary under the value colors folder that has been defined. So color primary, it has the hash code of this particular color. So that color I am giving to
text.
Then you can increase the size of the text. Text size you need to mention in terms of dp. So it is looking very big, so I am reducing this size. Now it is. Then you can mention the style also. Text style. So either bold, italics or normal. I am giving bold. So these are all the different attributes, and these bottom four you are having four attributes, that is for constraint layout alignment. Suppose if you are not defining this one, you will get the error message, or you will get your text will be located somewhere in the top portion. So how to set this one? Just drag and drop these bubbles, then the constraint layout what you are setting for bottom, it will be appeared, then for top, and then left and right. So after setting these particular constraint. If you move your text to anywhere and fix it, then it will be appearing in the same position. Suppose if you are not setting this particular constraints, wherever you are keeping, it will not stay in the particular position. Now it will be looking like this, and when you are executing, it will go to the top position. So you need to set the constraints. So we'll discuss the layouts in another lecture. So as of now, I'm going to execute. How to execute? You are having emulator here. Just click on this run button. Then it will start the emulator and you will get the output in the emulator which we have already created. So now we got the output in our emulator. Thank you.